Important. The only AI I used for this article is for the header image. That's it. Zero other AI was used. Because I am proving a point here, one you'll understand as you keep reading. When I was a little kid, I was fascinated by human behavior. It was a fundamental building block to my intellect today. From the age of 6, I got absorbed in psychology. Later, that would be expanded with philosophy, then history, then social experiments, then the scientific method, then social skills, then mythology, then computer games, then psychiatry, then design, then writing, then socioeconomics, then marketing, then sales, then distribution, then product development, then mannerisms, then statistics, etc. The list goes on and on and on. I am smarter than 99% of the people you will likely ever encounter in your life. And no, I am not being arrogant or egotistical. I am self-educated to the highest degree. I have had full-on debates with people who carry masters and doctorates in their fields. By age 15, I could walk into a psychiatrist appointment and tell him what I most likely had. And 99% of the time, I was correct, and the times he thought I was wrong, he was disproven later. I can teach an entire college curriculum on social dynamics, entrepreneurship, and psychology. This is because I instinctively stood by something from a young age. If I do not understand how to do it, then I will do everything in my power to become one of the best at it, provided I was serious about this domain of mastery. And that's what has brought us to the precipice, the large issue. The average person is misguided in their exploration of machine learning. After consulting with teachers in the present, it turns out that children are drastically less intelligent and capable today than when I was in school. And the key reason for this is simple: artificial intelligence. At first, I thought this happening was comical, since I had avoided the conventional teaching occupation because it's just fundamentally inferior compared to mentoring foreigners and being paid 20x as much money. That is, until I noticed the same phenomena in my students. Look, AI is great, and you should definitely use it to speed up how fast you produce results. But there's a difference between outsourcing your thinking and speeding up your already existing ability to think. When I started writing articles, I had no idea what I was doing. Then I spent 6 to 12 months studying and doing practical so I could actually learn how to do it properly. After that, I spent another 2.5 years of writing consistently, and only then did I start to speed up my educational writing process using artificial intelligence. By then, I already had a 403-page manually written curriculum, and that is about to grow by an extra 4060% because of my book, which I'm writing without using AI whatsoever. I wrote Smurfleur, my industry secret content strategy, for 18 months straight, and even today I have not sped it up using AI. I spent 4.5 years building funnels, building websites, and writing sales page plus landing page copy before I started testing AI to speed things up. The ironic part about this is that a large fear the average person had when AI became so mainstream is that it will replace them, and now they are incapable of making decisions and actually developing skills because AI is doing it for them, and often poorly. Instead of a company replacing them with AI, they've replaced their own brain and skill acquisition with AI. And this is the exact problem. The reason I know what to tell AI is because I learned how to do it myself way better than AI ever could without an expert's input. The point I'm making here is that I did the work, which is why when I use AI, it's 300x better at what it does, as a result of it having me as its operator. I write good sales pages, articles, and courses because it's me. Give anyone else my prompt and they won't get remotely close to what they want when compared to me, because I'm the one who understands the fundamentals. I'm not using AI as a crutch, I'm using it as a tool. And to be perfectly real with you, most creators, marketers are using AI as a way to get where they want faster, without learning anything fundamental to staying there. This brings us to how thinking works. Insane that we've come to this. In order to relearn how to think, how to solve, how to calculate, how to theorize, you need to remove the crutch. Put, Sidecloud, Grok, ChatGPT, etc. Step 1. Adopt first principle thinking. If you want to learn something, anything, analyze what you inherently understand without external sources. The issue in the modern day is that technology makes everything easier. And it's for that reason people stop learning, they stop calculating, they stop discovering how to do something, and instead are told how to. That lack of experience is a large contributor to self doubt and inability. The core process. The framework acts as a step by step method for deconstructing and solving challenges. 1. Identify the current problem. Clearly define what you are trying to achieve or resolve. 2. Deconstruct to fundamental truths. Break the problem down to its core components, the absolute facts you know to be true. 3. Challenge your assumptions. Strip away conventional wisdom, historical precedents, and how it's always been done. 4. Rebuild from scratch. Reconstruct a new, optimized solution using only the verified fundamental elements. If you are not learning like this, then you are not learning effectively. Aristotle, the father of first principle thinking, divided this way of determining reality and solving problems into two different categories. Induction, bottom up. Aristotle believed that knowledge starts with human experience. By observing the world, the mind abstracts away specific details to discover the essential underlying nature of things. Deduction, top down. Once these first principles or foundational axioms are identified, they serve as a secure baseline. New scientific or practical knowledge is then created by logically deducing conclusions directly from those foundations. Your problem is that you are using analogy reasoning instead of first principles to determine reality. In the absence of experience, you need a source. Sure, using a source is a good idea, and we do it all the time, but if you fail to break it down to fundamentals, which you would if you experienced it yourself, instead of attempting to extract experience from the source, you fail to understand the concept at the fundamental level. So, when you ask AI to do something for you, instead of figuring out how to do it yourself, you are doing what we call inference projection. The transfer. You take the successful solution or outcome from the source system, the hypothesis. You apply that exact solution directly to the target system. The expectation. Because the setup matches, you assume the outcome will also match. From here, you do evaluation and adoption. The critique. You test whether the imported solution actually fits the constraints of the new problem. The adjustment. You modify the borrowed solution to fix any gaps where the analogy breaks down. The limit. You determine where the two situations are too different to rely on the comparison anymore. The problem. If you need to modify what someone else figured out using first principle thinking, then you will never understand it at the level of the creator. But you have no need to create something new. Instead, you need to experience solving the problem yourself first, learn from that over time, and then automate. Who do you think is better? The fisherman who figured out how to fish 15 years ago, who then teaches a student how to fish, or the student who is being taught? The fisherman made 300 times more mistakes through the learning process, mistakes the student may make and have zero idea how to adapt in the moment, while the fisherman made those mistakes and learned a long time ago. The fisherman might have a guide in the form of a notebook or something, but the student will never have the fundamental understanding of the process the fisherman has. And that is why the student rarely overcomes the master in skill. Step 2. Start with experience, and only then automation. Never automate something you do not already understand and know how to do yourself. If you cannot do something well, then you are not at liberty to use AI to speed it up, the only exception being academic essays, since they serve no actual purpose and are entirely subjective. Listen, I'm an expert at business operations, copywriting, social programming, and behavioral psychology, and I can tell you right now, AI has absolutely zero idea what it's talking about it half the time. Not only that, it's controlled by PC beliefs that it's not allowed to contradict, otherwise the organizations helping fund it will pull out. If you skip the figuring out how process, you make a massive error that's a non negotiable for cognitive development. In other words, neurological transformation. It's not the subject material you study that makes you more self aware. It's the fact that you have to broaden your mind in order to understand the new worldview it's associated with. Every article I write an intro instead of just getting straight into solving the problems. The reason for this is not because I like boring my readers, it's because I know many readers lack the fundamental awareness required to believe the solution I give them is useful. Image, you're selling a banana to a man who's ate apples his whole life. You could show him the banana, but he's unlikely to even see it as a fruit. So you start your intro with the different fruit that exists outside the man's frame of reference, and you mention the banana, and then you show the man the banana. Without that neurological shift in thinking and priming the neural pathways to broaden its way of perceiving information, the man is unlikely to want to eat the banana because to him it's a foreign object, a foreign concept. What you are doing is skipping the entire awareness changing process, and you try to implement the lesson that can only truly be internalized if you understood its context. But once you understand how to solve the problem through experience, you understand the fundamentals. And understanding the fundamentals allows you to automate something despite knowing how to do it yourself. Ask yourself the following. If AI vanished tomorrow, how useless are you at the skill you are exploiting right now? If on a scale from 0 to 10, your number is anything above 0, you have some work to do. Step 3. Study extensively first, and then use AI. I've seen this in my students. I will just use Claude to write a sales page real quick. I'll just use ManySite to build a micro SaaS real quick, and I will just ask Grok if this is a good strategy. Brother, listen to me closely. If I did not exist, then having the AI would not mean anything because you won't be able to tell if it's just making stuff up or if it's entirely wrong. If I ask Grok stuff about neurological functioning, it tells me all kinds of BS. It's once told me a corn star sleeping with thousands of men is not going to affect their relationship development capabilities or mess with their neurological brain functioning. Even now, I am changing what I'm saying because I know the Red Video platform is going to flag what I'm saying here due to the exact AI problem I am talking about, since it's pushing PC narratives in order to control collective vote instead of pushing out facts. How are you going to know what the answer is in my absence? Or anyone who actually mastered the domain of mastery? You're getting the AI to speedrun for you. I once asked Grok to give me a DM script for a marketing campaign on X, and the script it gave me was so incredibly outdated, it's genuinely insane. A good example of this is when I enroll a new DPU student, and instead of reading the curriculum material, I link them. They go on about their day and try to figure everything out in real time, instead of just reading the same stuff I've been repeating for years. I've gotten so many questions from students that I have already addressed a million times in my curriculum material, which automatically tells me they have not been paying attention whatsoever. This is largely to do with AI making it so easy to speed up the learning process, or at least them thinking AI speeds up the learning process, when in fact what they're actually doing is making themselves even dumber, since they don't have to build the website themselves, write the code themselves, write the email themselves, write the course material themselves, write the article themselves, send the DMs themselves, create the CRM and Notion themselves, and the list goes on. By not doing these things themselves, they don't know how to do it. I've had students come to me 6 months in asking me to build the landing page for an offer of theirs because they have no idea how to do it themselves. Skill acquisition is heavily underutilized in this market. And naturally, the first response for someone like this is to go, I will just ask AI to do it. AI is not your crutch, it's a tool. Build 100 landing pages yourself before you do what you're currently doing. Write 100 sales pages yourself. Actually do the work. Only then can you talk to AI and tell it what to do. Imagine if I didn't actually know how to write articles like I'm manually doing right now. The AI would have zero idea what to write, and it would say a bunch of BS that I can't verify due to my inexperience. Imagine if I didn't have a 403-page manually developed curriculum to feed into the AI so it doesn't write absolute BS articles or emails or offers when prompted. Speed means nothing in the absence of actual results. This is a compulsory read for my students, as it should be for yours as well.